Tell you, as we were listening to that, we did get confirmation from the Iredell County Sheriff's Office that in fact multiple people have died in this plane crash. It was widely assumed, given what we know about the nature of the plane, given what we know about the nature of the crash, what we've seen, but the Sheriff's Office now confirming multiple deaths in that plane crash. As of right now, when it comes to plane crashes, a commercial flight will keep a passenger manifest, is what they call, and that's a running list of every single passenger that was on board a plane. And so after a plane crash like that, somebody, even if it's not shared with the public, will have a list of everybody who was on that board. Keep in mind, when it comes to private planes like this, commercial charters like this, it might not have an exact list of who's on board, which might make it slightly delayed in terms of what we know about who was on officially, and why they might have been there. So just wanting to set expectations there that when it comes to private planes like this, it's a little different as far as the records that are kept.
And what we know based on this type of plane, we know that it can accommodate up to 10 passengers there. So we have that number, but no concrete details on the exact number of people who were on board.
And you can have a single pilot on those as well.
Yes.
I'm not sure exactly the configuration, but a Cessna C550 obviously is one that was identified. And then obviously the question is, could weather have played a part? You know, could have been a thunderstorm, could have been fog. But at the time, it was relatively stable. There was some fog in the area, ground level at the surface. Visibility was somewhere from about 2 and 2.5 miles. And there were no storms. There was no rain at that time.
Oh.
Right.
And when you make the approach, we are looking at a frontal boundary coming through. So at elevation, when you're up about 10, 15,000 feet, there may be a little turbulence up there, but certainly as it made the approach to the runway, visibility was not an issue, and also we didn't see any storms. There was no cloud to ground line, anything like that to cause any concern.
And we should say a corporate jet is designed to...
without a doubt.
Yes.
This is not a small little plane.
No,
Those
are very durable planes that can fly through storms and whatever, and pilots are trained to fly around a storm anyway. So I think as it made its approach, a little fog, some lighter winds at the surface, there were no major weather issues. So that's only speculation that weather shouldn't have been a factor, but we're not exactly sure. We're not sure exactly the cause. That's all just speculation, as you guys were talking about earlier. That's the FAA. They send a team of experts in to examine it.
Correct.
And we should say a regional airport like this one is used to seeing jets like this, small aircraft like this, of all shapes and sizes. That gives you an idea of what we're talking about now.
This is similar to that. We're not sure this is not the exact plane at all, but it is a Cessna, something like this. And we were saying that, maybe up to 10 passengers could be on there. We're not sure how many were on that flight.
Right.
Also depending on the number of pilots as well. Can use at times 2, perhaps 1.
Yeah.
But these regional airports see things like this all the time, and they see, we've mentioned this is owned by NASCAR driver Greg Biffle, but they see them. Listen, we've got a multitude of sports here in the Carolinas, whether it's NASCAR, whether it's one of our professional teams, and these people have oftentimes tremendous wealth and have planes that go with it. So an airport like this is often also very equipped to deal with traffic like this.
And particularly in that area, because there are a lot of that type of plane that fly into the Statesville Airport with all of the race teams based within the area. So they use the Statesville Airport quite often to make those landings. And they're very well prepared for it. We certainly have spoken with our reporters up there, and some of the reports coming that obviously the airport can handle that type of thing.
Yes. And certainly this type of view, I mean, just the ease of an airport like that, as opposed to Charlotte Douglas, which is much larger. You have more of the commercial aircraft going in and out of there. So we will continue to follow this story. Again, if you are just joining us, the breaking news that we're on top of right now, a plane crashed this morning. The plane attempting to land at the Statesville Regional Airport around 10:15 this morning. We do know from the Iredell County Sheriff that there are multiple people who have died as a result of this crash. We don't know how many people were on board that plane. Again, hoping to get more information, but we know it's going to be quite some time before officials are able to release a lot of details about exactly what happened there this morning.
We know the FAA showed up just about an hour ago, within an hour and a half of the initial impact of landing there. We also know at this point the debris is still very much on the runway, still fresh, less than 2 hours after it happened. And we know the airport now is closed because of it, as they just really in earnest begin parts of that investigation.